Hello and good morning. This is the Morning Snow Wind. Today, we're going to be playing a pretty special game. A game that a lot of people say is very good, if not one of the best indie games ever made. It is called Kentucky Route Zero. We're going to be starting our playthrough on that today. So let me go ahead and turn that music off, and we can get into this. See if we can. Oh, okay. And the only issue is okay. See. A moving truck rumbles softly to itself. Painted on its side are the word Lizette's Antiques, Furniture, Glassware, and Curiosities. Joseph sits between gas pumps in a Queen Anne armchair. His hair is gray and his glasses darkened. Joseph. Damn! Did you hear that wreck? Truck full of bottles? I don't know. Beer bottles, whiskey, lost a tire or something. Spilled booze and glass all over the interstate. What a mess. I hope they don't come down here looking for anything. We blew a damn fuse and it's all shut off. Did you hear a dog? What's your dog's name? Conway. We'll go with Blue. Her name's Blue. Blue sounds like a sweet old hound. I used to know a dog like that. Hey, here's some jerky for Blue. I made it myself. Didn't turn out too well, but I bet a dog will still eat it. Getting late, right? I can feel the sun on my neck. I bet it's just a few feet off the horizon. Conway. I've been driving all evening, looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. Hey, I understand. You've got a job, gotta do the job you're paid to do. Maybe get some rest somewhere in there, maybe have a drink, then back at it. There's dignity in that rhythm. How long you been working here? I've been working here a number of years. It's pretty okay, you know. I have an advanced degree and a few publications. It's pretty okay here. Houston, you and Blue would have been driving up and down 65 all night. Dogwood Drive is on the other side of Oil. To get there, you gotta take the Zero. The Zero is a tough route to find, but you can use my computer to look up directions. You'll have to head down into the basement and reset the circuit breaker first. I'll be happy to have those things whine and lights up back up anyway. Too damn quiet out here. The basement door is back there in the office. Appreciate your help, friend. And on here, take this lamp. It's dark. The dusty, rusty sign is bolted on the wall. Sign. These are the rules. 1. No open flames near the gasoline. No consumption of beer or spirits on the premises. In case of sudden darkness, do not panic. Relax, count backwards from 5. Strictly limit time spent in the basement to fewer than 3 minutes to every hour. What was that? What the hell? Basement people. Emily, Ben, and Bob sit in folding chairs behind a worn card table. Papers, oddly shaped dice, and highway maps cover the tabletop. Conway clears his throat. Conway. We'll go with that one. Oh, sorry, I didn't know there was anybody down here. Wait, Emily. To Bob. Did you hear something? To Emily. No, sorry, I was looking at the rules again. To Bob. Gets easier as you go. Look, you said you rolled a 5, right? That means you get to pick up your marker and move it anywhere on the map. To Ben. So it's your turn now, right? Ben to Bob. Oh yeah, I guess so. Where'd you put that 20-sided die? Emily, I don't see it. Did you drop it? It should be easy enough to find. It glows in the dark. So they just kind of ignored him. It's interesting. Conway picks up the glowing 20-sided die and inspects it. The number 5 is facing up. It's just a small piece of plastic, but it has reassuring, almost comforting weight. He places the object in his jacket pocket. And now they're gone. Joseph. There it is. Just listen to those lights whine. Yep. But I'd better get those directions, head to the zero if you don't mind. And there's some people down in your basement. In the basement? Nah, I don't think so. Maybe that lamplight was playing tricks on you, huh? Strange things happen underground, especially in the dark. So, computer's in the office. You're looking for Marquez? She knows her way around those roads. She'll get you to the zero. The password is, damn. They usually just fill it out, and muscle memory, It's kind of long, kind of like a short poem, I think. One of those short poems that really sums it all up. You'll figure it out. Game, you are overestimating my ability to solve a puzzle. Conway taps a key, waking the computer from its reverie. Computer user. Joseph shouting, "How's it going on in there? Figure it all out?" "Sure you are." Address book, the zero. Dogwood Drive, Marquez. Address, the zero is not real. Address Dogwood Drive is not real. Marquez. Marquez residence, 100 Macondo Lane. Head northeast on 65, turn left as soon as you see that ugly tree that's always on fire. Look for the barn at the base of the mountain there. Can't miss it. Out there on Macondo somewhere, right? Yeah, that's it. Hey, look, while you're down there, I loaded that old TV of mine into your truck. I borrowed that thing from Weaver Marquez a number of years ago. And now that the power is all weird over here, I can't pick up anything but static and public access anyway. She was always more of a reader, but maybe she'd want it back at home. It's a nice TV. Message 1. Subject, fragments dim of lovely forms. Message, Joseph, I know it's been a while and I know you're still sore, but there's a whole world in here, and we need your help to unmask it. Yes, the caves are cold and damp, and we are old and lame. Never mind, I can't remember why I even started writing this. I miss those days in the lab with you and our dear Lola. Maybe you found your own Xanadu. Well, so have I. End of message. Message 2 from account Consolidated Mail. Account standing urgent. Dear Equus Oils, there's an urgent automated message that your account is overdue by more than 14 days. In response, we have switched you to our low reliability Dirty Power Plus plan. Consider making a payment immediately to alleviate the need for us to switch you to the sustained burnout or brownout select. Sincerely, your friends at the Consolidate Power Company. Games is not real. Joseph, sun's gone down. You and Blue better get on that road if you're going to make your delivery. Conway scratches behind Blue's right ear. How's it going, Blue? What do you think? How about a treat? He reminds me a bit of your old man, Ira. It's odd. Let's see, we'll go with that. Yeah, it's time to go. Where was I going? Head northeast on 65 and turn left as soon as you see that ugly tree. I don't see an ugly tree yet. Oh, there's our tree. Tall black oak burns on the hill above the road. Oh, there we go. It's Marquez Farmhouse. Pretty dark out here, huh? So I guess we just hit up the path here. The farmhouse is uphill a little bit. Maybe I can borrow you a treat up there. Street lamp lights the base of a dusty path leading up the hill. Hey, the dogs. I don't know what that dog's doing. Family graveyard is set off to the side of the house. Headstones are inscribed with the surnames of the unfortunate: Nowalski, Padilla, and Marquez. Saying Weaver. I was just thinking what a lovely house we have. Do you like it? Have you been here before? Did you happen to see an owl? I heard the owl. I didn't see the owl. Sure, it's a nice house. I know I like the large beams that run across the ceilings. I like to sit in the house and think of the hills and bluffs surrounding us like a cradle. There used to be another house here, but we had it destroyed, and we built this one. It was very expensive, and we got quiet underwater. What do you do for work? Is it too difficult, or do you like it very much? I was once a mathematician. Are you looking for something in particular here? See, I drive deliveries for small antique shops. I believe it's hard times for a small that antique shop. It's hard times everywhere. Even out here on our little farm, my parents stopped paying the bank a while back. I shouldn't even be here, but I just stayed. I have some notebooks. I'm only a little bored. I might prefer to watch TV occasionally. And see, will you please set it up? Then I can explain to you how to get where you're going. The zero. I know. It is not a great TV. It is a CRTV that is very small. Weaver. That's not how it's supposed to look. You made a mistake setting it up. Is it like a foreign object to you? Which of your parents was it who wouldn't allow you to watch television? Go with that one. No, things just had to be a certain way. You have it all backwards. I'm not surprised. Are you? Have you been paying attention? I don't think you have. It's time to start paying attention now, Conway. Look closely at the television. Hey, wake up. You spaced out for a minute there. What do you keep out in that barn? Used to be tools and feed, then books. Now I think it's mostly spiders. That TV is picking up the wrong signal. My cousin Shannon would know more about it. She fixes TVs for a living. Well, she used to. I think the new models are giving her some trouble. Your cousin. It's my father's brother's daughter, Shannon. We're about the same age. Well, we used to be. She's older now. She has a workshop north a ways by the lake, right where Peonia and Wax Road used to meet. It's a big bait and tackle shop, and she fixes TVs in the back. Do you like fishing? Honestly, I'm not convinced you should bother with the zero. I'd much rather you find my cousin fix my TV, but I'll get you headed the right way. So it's pretty easy. Get back on 65, head north, then take the first right after the artificial limb factory. From there, your arrival at the zero is basically inevitable. Nice to know you, Conway. Keep your eyes open, especially in the dark. A banded spider web stretches across the bottom of a saucepan. A skillet is seasoned with dust. The stove. A disused wood-burning stove is set up in one ash-dusted corner of the room. It's cold to the touch. The horse is out there behind the house. Seemed pretty nice. Now, where are we going? Directions up north a ways. Creek runs alongside that scene, then turns into a dirty brick building. Grinding drone from within the building is faintly audible from the interstate. Floodlights on the lawn illuminate smokestacks. At the edge of the building's parking lot, a large sign, partially obscured by trees, reads, Amir Artificial Limb Factory. Alright, so that's the limb factory. And then take the first right afterwards. Alright, so we're going over here. See, on ramp. on Hardyville Road right now. Act 1, Scene 3. Elkhorn Valley. Alright, we're gonna... Oh, okay. Elkhorn Mine. There. Well, we got a person in here. Shannon speaks into a large brick cell phone held up to her ear. Yeah, it's kind of an emergency. Excuse me, ma'am. I saw the light was on and I'm looking for the on-ramp too. Well, let's see. I do believe a place can be haunted, if that's what you mean. What about a person? Can a person be haunted? Sure, I guess a person could. Sometimes I feel haunted myself. What haunts you? Bad decisions, I guess. Wasted youth. Yeah, well, look. Here's what it is. I drive deliveries for a shop called Lizette's Antiques, and I'm trying to finish this job. Good stuff. Lisette has a sharp eye for the little good it's done her lately. You know, it's just one recession after another. Everybody's selling their old stuff cheap, but nobody's really buying. I have a delivery 5 Dogwood Drive, and I can't remember ever seeing that address before. Now, I heard I need to take a highway called the Zero. I met this young lady named Weaver Marquez, and she sent me this way, so here I am. Uncommon kind of place for an on-ramp, but that's what it's been like so far anyway with... What? Weaver Marquez, do you know her? So you saw her tonight. I know Weaver. She's my cousin. I'm Shannon Marquez. See, you're the one who fixes TVs. That's right. Did she tell you about that too? Of course she did. Weaver doesn't lie. One time when we were younger, she told my dad it had been in a terrible car wreck. There was crushed metal everywhere, and we'd been hearing it echo through the house for years. She said I was very upset, crying. And then my dad walked in the door, just come back from a trip to the junkyard collecting scrap metal to fashion in the wind chimes. I was angry, but she said it wasn't a joke, and it wasn't a lie. At the time, I thought she meant it as a riddle or a puzzle. But Weaver's not a puzzle, she's a mystery. So what are you doing down here, Sandon? I talked to Weaver earlier this evening too. Or in a way, she talked to me. It's hard to tell if she's listening sometimes. Weaver told me I had to come down here to Old Elkhorn Mine. She said I'd find something I've been looking for. What are you looking for? I'm not exactly sure. I have a few ideas. I'll know it when I see it. It's not such a bad thing, you showing up now. All told, I'd rather not. I'd go down there alone. Your dog should stay up here, though. It's no place for a dog. This is an old mine. It runs pretty deep and tangled, and if we're going to go down into it, find your on-ramp or whatever else, we've got to keep our bearings. I don't want to get turned around. I got some gear here to measure conductivity, frequency response, stuff like that. Maybe we can find a way to put a signal out ahead, do some analysis, and figure out what kind of topology we're up against. Sure, let's look around. I don't think the dog cares. I think he's just kind of coming with us. Oh no, he stopped. PA. Shannon, that runs into the mine's PA system. Do you think it still works? Only one way to find out. You know, the miners used to have to pay just to run the fans and the lights. Yeah, they got paid in these shitty plastic tokens. Coal script, you know. If you want to run the fans for a bit to clear the air up, well, you have to put a token in. My parents used to work here. So did Weaver's parents. I guess a lot of folks' parents worked here. Bet we just have to free up some power for the PA system. Everything is rationed here. Set up that lamp of yours and I'll go unplug the ceiling lights. Conway clears his throat nervously. I heard the speakers back here crackle a bit. It's on now, right? Try to say something. Well, okay, I can hear you. We need to measure the echo delay time and figure out how deep the tunnels run. Just make some noises into the mouthpiece. Conway clears his throat. Conway hums a deep tone. Conway. Some of them rushers were joined up with a cave system. It's for how narrow the mine tunnels. Here's the story. See, here's a story. I used to work doing roof repair. My boss got a real job in Louisville. See, it seemed like a big project, but doable. Then a thunderstorm hit, and it was too late anyhow. You need to know if the air is breathable or if it's too thin or too dense. Just sit real close to the mouthpiece and breathe. Just try to relax, try to breathe naturally. Conway breeze. Thinks about the road. Conway breathes and remembers a moment when he was younger. Conway breathes and relaxes as a peel of feedback and loose rock engulfs him. Shannon. Jesus, are you alright? The hell? I'm okay. See, I've got you. You're alright. Shit, your leg is pinned. I'm gonna pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? It's fine. Just try to stand up and careful. I'm right here. Damn, don't worry. I've got you. That leg is in bad shape. Let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Let's see if this thing has power. We'll just find the waiver and then we'll figure out what to do from there. Oh, here. This may be hard to believe. It's hard for me to believe myself, but this whole branch was underwater last I heard. How did it happen? Some careless miner or some unattended machine bored through into the underground lake. Water came in pretty fast and a lot of folks got trapped in the tunnels. I only heard parts of how it went from there, sanitized for the bereaved, you know, how these big companies can be. But there was gossip too. Trapped miners couldn't get the pumps going because the power was rationed, so they shut off all the lights off. But even then, it wasn't enough. So I guess it was dark when they. You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Doesn't matter now. Look, this old turntable is still wired up. The controls are dead, but I can use my signal generator to switch tracks if the water hasn't damaged it too much. Or we can keep just heading down this tunnel. All this junk hanging around the turntables from the company store, just junk, you know. The biners would buy it and use it to decorate this place, or as landmarks, I guess. Hard to know which way is down here. It's all so dim and gray. Shannon connects two clip leads from her signal generator to the turntable electrical. You know, we're on the track between the animal bones and the rowboat. So, Shannon tuning. Dusty reel-to-reel tape player is attached between the track, loaded with tape but starved for power. Oh, I didn't know these were still down here. What was that? Look, there's a tape player down there on one of those old reel-to-reel setups. When this mine was active, a couple of folk, music archivists, spent time here recording miner songs, really academic ivory tower types. None of the miners really talked to them much. So they stayed at the margins, observed, took notes, and then sometimes they'd get somebody on a lunch break to sing into their microphone. Then I guess the power company got some kind of interest in the project and gave the archivist some coal script tokens to pay the miners with for their songs. Did your parents sing? Oh, yeah, they sang. They sang in the mine for coal script tokens. That seems to be the end of the road right here. We'll go with Bat Feeder and Scarecrow. tracks are all messed up here. This tram isn't going any further. Another dead end. Do you hear that? Kind of a muffled rumbling. Maybe we're near the surface. Yeah, it sounds kind of like a highway. I wonder why they stopped digging so abruptly here. Maybe they hit a pipe or something. Right. Go back to the animal boats. Bones and rowboat. Alright. Thank God. Alright, let's go. Yeah, okay. That tunnel where the tracks were broken, I'd like to take a look down there. You can do whatever you need. I'll just wait for you here. Birdcage. The paper tag hangs from the birdcage by a string. Canary, 25 tokens. Canary is sold at the company store. They also sell respirators. No bones in the cage. Bird must have been set free, or maybe the cage was cleaned. There are cardinals at the Louisville Zoo and other birds, ostriches, eagles, emus. No canaries. Too common? Too small, maybe? They have starlings. Starlings aren't much bigger than canaries. pile of tape reels is jammed into the top of the tram. They must have been thrown on in a rush. The reels are unlabeled. The tape is decayed. Zed and Ira's son Charlie talked about a piece of music he liked made with old decaying tape. What was it called? Something about Charlie had the most bizarre taste of music. Weird, noisy, computer music. Where did he even hear that stuff? Maybe Louisville, probably, or college. He's a smart kid. Damn, it's pity. Notebooks. A notebook at the top of the dusty stack is labeled in black marker. The label is dusty and smudged, but it looks like it might say horses. Houses, maybe? Or verses, even? Crude and hurried handwriting, too. Lizette has immaculate handwriting, pristine and measured cursive, never a stray mark. For the last several months, she filled out the receipts for each order since that young couple complained about the handwriting on the order slip. It's carbon paper anyway, it's bound to wear away over time. If they're so precise about the records, they should have put it on a computer anyway. The cramped shack is lined with wooden shelves, dusty stacks of tape reels, and notebooks crowd the room, but a minimum moonlight filters through a window near the ceiling. On a small desk in the middle of the room lay three notebooks. The red one is labeled J. Marquez, the green one is labeled R. Marquez, and the blue one is unlabeled. Look at that blue one first. The notebook is full of Greek letters and cryptic mathematical formulas near the back of the paper. What first looks like it might be esoteric German shortened. It's actually a love poem and written in anagrams. Conway opens the red one. The pages are covered in disorganized notes, some written horizontally and others scribbled vertically into the margins. Few pages are lined more evenly and divided up into charts correlating seasons, lyrics, harmonies, and coal halls. Conway opens the green notebook. On each page is a delicately rendered charcoal drawing. Most are portraits of rugged faces. Near the middle of the book, there are a few drawings of a young girl in a miner's helmet. She plays along the minecart tracks, collecting pieces of oh yeah, this place. They are labeled Marquez. No, Weaver's parents are the archivists. My parents were miners. How's the leg? I can walk on it, but it's painful. Oh yeah, I've got some painkillers here that could help you out. I've got them from a friend when I sprained my wrist installed a security system. You You better let me drive, though. They're pretty strong. Yeah, maybe that's best. That was 9. Still need to find the 0. Well, it's like I told you. Weaver doesn't lie. If she sent you here just to find your on-ramp, this is where you should be looking. Or maybe you just weren't listening closely enough, and that's not exactly what she said. I saw Weaver at my workshop that's north by Lake Nolan, right at Wax and Peonia in the back of the bait shop. Pretty glamorous, right? These are the times I live in. She's either up there or back at the farmhouse, whichever you want on to head to first. Just let me know. Shannon, Lizette's Antiques. I guess this is your truck? This is my truck. Conway doesn't want to stay any longer. Oh, yeah, Bacon Creek. Yeah, we got Raider Hill there. That might be the lake there. Mammoth Cave. Sign in front of the grill just reads museum. The lights are off, but the door or front door is open. Drive away for now. See if we don't come back to it. Try to find this, whatever the hell it is I'm looking for. Two shirtless, shoeless men push a light aircraft along the highway. Occasionally, one of the others slips a bit on the sweating asphalt or stops to pull back his hair. And the men are nearly broken. The rubber is almost run away. Soon these men will be dragging this airplane. Okay. Alright, we're at Peonia. There's the bait shop. Conway and Shannon pull into the bait shop. Vaulted above the road on a thin steel bar, a handwritten sign reads, "Live bait, minnow small and also large for strippers. Night crawlers, chips, and beer." Green flyer hangs loosely from from a bit of masking tape at eye level. To the shop's right, a dirty parking lot sprawls unevenly into the grass and then eventually trees. The bait shop is closed. Enter the side door. Conway and Shannon walk around to the side of the building into the workshop. The walls are lined with cheap metal shelves, loaded precariously with vacuum tubes, awkwardly shaped metal casings, and coffee cans full of electronic components. Shannon leads Conway to the back room where a few TV sets in various states of disassembly are set up on a rough wooden table. She flips the switch on the power strip. They're all plugged into, and the TV sets tremble to life. Asks Shannon about Weaver. Shannon points to a small security monitor on the table. The image on the screen is just black, but it seems to be fading slowly, almost imperceptibly, between different shades of black. Shannon tweaks a few knobs on the side of the monitor, but the picture doesn't change. Stare at the security monitor. The screen is cavernous black. It hums and swells at the pace of the tide. Conway loses track of the workshop's walls. They could be inches away or miles. He is adrift on black water, traveling swiftly toward a rocky shore. There should be a lighthouse or a buoy by these rocks. It's too dangerous. Sand switches off the power strip. Weaver is not here. Alright. Guess we're going back to the house then. Guitar player. A young man in gray stained clothes sits by the side of the road. He is playing a worn guitar. To his left is a blue mug, and to his right is a weathered dog. Pet the dog. The dog closes its eyes and pretends to be asleep. The young man strums absently on the guitar, hums tunelessly, and occasionally mumbles a word. Put $1 in the cup. The young man stops playing, pulls the wet dollar bill out of his whiskey, and hands it back to Conway. Go back to the farmhouse. Shannon. There's nobody buried here, you know. It's decorative, I guess. Or it's art or something, I don't know. A decorative graveyard? Weaver's folks were like that. Not morbid, I mean, but strange. Careless with tragic ideas. Oh, and look at that headstone, Marquez. I used to think that was for my parents. Now I don't know. Shannon. So this is where she was. Yeah, it makes sense. This is where Weaver and her parents lived. They took out a bunch of loans, you know, and had this place built. Do you have any debts? I owe some people some apologies. Well, you're lucky that's all you owe. My parents were like that till the company store found a way to get to them. For my dad, it was tokens to run the fans and air purifiers, and for my mom, it was the canaries. Two solutions to the same problem, but they sure sounded different. Weaver had debt too, a lot of it. All tuition. She said she was a mathematician or something. Yeah, she studied some esoteric stuff about something about using math to translate between Spanish and English. I think eventually Weaver put those math skills to work on all the red numbers in the family checkbook and got a clear sense of just how hopeless their situation was. So she left. I guess she just drove away in the middle of the night. They woke up in the morning and the car was gone. Never came back until tonight. Someone else told me to come here and talk to her. Huh. Okay. I guess we two weren't the only ones she's been talking to. Oh, that's not something you see every day. That old TV right there, well, that's a damned antique for you. I had a model like that in the shop once, but I had to sell it off to make rent. Most painful decision I ever made. So you mind if I open it up? Looks like the dials are all corroded, and the screen is leaking light a little bit. Come on, I bet Lizette would never forgive you for letting a specimen like this fall into disrepair. Oh yeah, these tubes are all messed up. Looks like they've been in a swamp or a cave or something. There's moss growing on this one. Okay, I have a few spares in my bag here. Here, I pulled this one out of an old computer monitor. It just needs to be recalibrated a bit. Okay, that should be see some now. Are you seeing anything? A little bit to the left. I'm okay here. I think the contacts are dirty. Now don't go tell my customers I clean off old vacuum tubes will spit. There, just got to turn it north, south, and That was weird. Okay. I think that's going to end things for today. We got through Act 1. I think we're probably going to do Act 2 tomorrow. So with that, and I would like to say thank you for watching today. And I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thank you, and goodbye.